off, I'm going to talk a little bit about what I experienced as a kid growing up, not being super crazy attractive, um, being below average, I guess, and just not really fitting in much with my peers. So, for one, when you're a kid and you're unattractive, this is for women, by the way. I don't know if it's the same for men. It could be the same for men. I would assume it's similar, maybe not the exact same. But when you are a kid and other kids, usually it starts around like 11 or 12, they automatically group you in like a category of being other. It's like, you know how there's different cliques in high school and middle school and whatever. You have the people who are considered attractive, people who are considered like attractive and smart, and you have people who are average, below average a little bit. And then you have like the weird kids who are somewhat unattractive, I guess. I was kind of a weird kid in school, all throughout school. I was always a little bit tomboyish until I started dressing a bit more feminine in middle school. Even then, it kind of felt like I was always sort of brushed to the side in favor of people who were just more symmetrical. It sounds so weird saying it out loud. But people who are more symmetrical and more, I don't know, just prettier. Even if they didn't wear makeup, they were super, they had clear skin and they had a good hairline and they had just very good features. And then you have me over here with my horrendously weirdly shaped face. And as much as I tried my hardest to fit in and tried to get out of the whole being grouped in the weird person category, it just never worked because I wasn't like them. And it's not even just because I acted weird or whatever. There are attractive people who act weird and are more accepted. Like, let's just be real here. There are people who are attractive and weird are just cute and quirky and all that stuff. And if you're unattractive, you're just kind of there, or you're weird, and it's like, okay, well, I don't know what the fuck she's doing, but I'm gonna just ignore it and pretend she doesn't exist. So that was basically my experience being kind of below average when I was a kid. I'm not saying that, kids are the greatest in general. I mean, I'm sure there are people who were attractive who were bullied and everything, but it's different, I feel like, when you grew up being like the weird person, the weird nerdy person who nobody really wants to talk to. So, yeah, that was my experience in middle and mostly through high school. Even people that I guess I would call friends seemed really hesitant to hang out with me when there were better people around. And that's another thing. In high school, I didn't really care what other people thought of me. It wasn't really until I got out of high school that I was like so focused on my looks, because I noticed, I realized that it's just so unfair. Like, it's insanely unfair that I have to do all of this. I have to change my whole face just to be treated like a normal person. And, I stopped wearing makeup and I was like, I don't really give a shit anymore. I'm gonna try my hardest to enhance what features I have without makeup, just because, first of all, it's tedious and I have psoriasis and acne and that doesn't really help it at all. But also makeup, it doesn't really help people who are below average really all that much, because you can still see their facial structure. If it's just like a couple little blemishes or something, that can be easily covered up. But something like a crooked nose, unless you contour the fuck out of your face, which I do not feel like doing all that, right? You contour the fuck out of your face. My forehead, dude, like, you see all that? I'm just not about to change all of that just to be accepted, As much as I do want to change my face and everything, I also feel like a sort of like I don't know, I feel like I should rebel against it at the same time as I want to fit in. So I'm being pulled in two different directions. I want to fit in. I want to be attractive for myself and for people that, I could possibly date. Sorry about that. People on my road are very loud. Yeah, I want to be attractive to people, but at the same time, I don't want to go as far as some people go. I don't want to go as far as doing hundreds of, surgeries and constantly feeling like you have to wear makeup, because I know that if I started wearing makeup, I would become dependent on it. Absolutely dependent, because my regular face would just look weird without it, and I don't want to do that again. I don't want to feel like I can only look good if I'm wearing it. So, and that's another thing. People, if you're an unattractive woman, the first thing that people suggest to you is makeup. And that's fine if you like wearing it. If you like wearing makeup, there's nothing wrong with it. But pressuring people into wearing it just because they're not up to your standards is not okay. And I will never be behind the whole culture of, if you're a woman, you have to be hyper feminine and you have to do this. And it's not just men who are telling women to wear makeup, it's other women, most of the people that have, suggested makeup to me and I politely decline, I'm just like, you know what, it's not really my thing. I get it. It's like, it's an artistic expression, it's a tool for expression. And some people really like it. That's just not me. I've just never been, I've never felt the need to try all that hard. I would rather, like, when I look at inspiration for my face and everything, I look at natural. Like, I want nice looking, I want good skin, mostly. And I just wish that I could get up to that level without having to, I want to get there naturally, but at the same time, I know that it's almost impossible to do something like that without surgeries and things like that. So, as much as I would love to look like everyone else, I guess, I'm sort of at a crossroads about what I should be doing and what I should be focusing on. Should I be focusing on, like, getting better at makeup just because other people would, like, maybe see me as slightly more attractive despite the fact that I don't personally like it? Or should I go the surgery route? Or should I just accept my face? And I don't think that any of those are really in the books right now. So, yeah, I don't know. Just being pressured into doing something that you really, because as women, there's so much pressure on us to be beautiful constantly, and even me, someone who's like kind of below average, even me who can't really do much about it, everyone's like, well, I mean, you might not be pretty, but I mean, you could try harder. Well, I try by, doing my hair, grooming, obviously, wearing nice clothes. That stuff doesn't matter to most people. It's all about your face. It's all about what your face looks like. If your face isn't up to someone else's standards, they will make fun of you. They will pick you apart. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter what you wear at all. If they don't like you, they will pick you apart. So, yeah, I mean, it's just, with people who are unattractive, below average, they will deal with that for the rest of their lives. People picking them apart and telling them what they should do to get better. And it's like, you think we haven't already tried all that stuff, and we either, it didn't work, or it wasn't us, and now you're telling us, like, we have to change everything about ourselves just to fit in. Anyway, so I guess that's my mini rant. Not mini, God, it's been so long. Sorry, this is kind of a long video. I'm just going on a big rant about lookism. It's not organized in the slightest, but sorry about that. So those are some of my thoughts for now. I'll probably keep doing, little mini rants on it just because this is a topic that I really, really like to cover and I like to talk about. It would be nice if I could, formulate a post or something. That would probably be easier because I could organize it better. I'm just better at talking into the camera. I'm just better at talking at people instead of formulating a whole paragraph, so that's why I usually make videos if you're curious. So that's about it for now. I guess, stay tuned and I may or may not make another part to this. See ya.